What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you for tapping in to Dear Fathers today for another edition of Straight Mental. My name is Dr. Tartt. Come on in. Tonight we are talking about toxic masculinity. I know y'all seen it. I know y'all seen the posts. Guys talking about what people bring to the table. We talked about mental health issues. I mean, how many suicides have we seen in the last 30 to 60 days when it comes to us and mental health? So I'm glad to be here. My name is Dr. Tartt. We're going to have a special guest joining us today. We're talking about men and masculinity. We're going to have a good time. So come in. I see you, Andre. I see you, K. Murray. I see you, Doesn't Matter 14. I see you, Sexy Lady, Fatherpreneur. I see you. All right. So I'm excited about it. Oh yeah, so great question. So before I bring our guest in, question is about toxic masculinity. And so there's a lot going on in the media right now where there's this term called toxic masculinity, where you can be so masculine that you're toxic not only to those around you, the women in your life, but also to yourself. And so there's this term called toxic masculinity where it's like, okay, can a man be in a relationship with a woman who makes more money than him? Is that toxic masculinity? Does a man have to be dominant all the time? Is that toxic masculinity? Or is that just regular? So I appreciate y'all coming in to Dear Fathers. We're going to have a good time tonight. I want y'all to tap in. I want y'all to have fun. We have a special guest who we're going to bring up. Let me see if I can find him and pin him. If you're in here, Eric, just go ahead and drop me a note so I can find you and bring you up. But yeah, so before we bring him in, guys, let's just drop it in. Come on in to Dear Fathers. All right, this is a community for men. This is a community for fathers, and this is a community even, I know some of you ladies are eavesdropping to see what we're talking about when it comes to men and mental health. So welcome. Whatever we can do to make sure we're good as men, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. All right. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is. All right. All right. So we kind of set it up. Let me set this, brother. Let me kind of set the tone for tonight. I see you in your hat, brother. I didn't know we were doing the Scullies, man. I actually put on, a sports coat for you, brother.
Oh, you didn't got
next time I'm gonna put my workout gear. All right, we go tap in. All right. For those of you that don't know, my name is Dr. Tartt. I'm actually a clinical Christian psychologist. I know you're saying, what is that? So I'm a minister and I'm a psychologist, right? So I bring you faith and practical application of the word. I'm a father. I have 3 children now, right? 3 children, all right? 2 girls and a boy. Lord, the boy came last. That's the only way it could happen. That's the only way. The third we could slide on in there if it's a son. So I am learning for the first time how to raise a son. All right, my kids are soon to be 16, 5, and 2 months old, right? So, all right, so I had to bring on another father, a man I respect, someone I went to ministry school with. He's not gonna like me saying it. Well, yes, he is, because he's fully confident. This is what modern day would call a quintessential man. All right, this man has it all. He has a complete package, man. So you're talking about someone who's a minister, someone who's in the gym every day with CrossFit. Every time I just say, I'm tired, he'd be like, "What's that?" In the gym. This man's 2 children, right? Happily married, film. This brother does everything, So when it comes to like high-end film production, MCing, ministry, this brother is a quadruple threat in so many different areas, and we went to ministry school together. So the way this came about is Eric and I are often going back and forth anytime we see a post. Like, bro, did you see what this dude posted? Did you see what this one posted? Man, we're going to have to go live. So I decided to reach out to my brother from another mother, a little bigger. He's a little bigger than me in the weight room, right? Yeah, I see the guns, man. Whatever. If I take the sports coat off, we, give me a couple months. Give me a couple months. This brother is Eric Bates, y'all. a phenomenal brother. I'm going to let him introduce himself. And then we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about toxic masculinity, mental health, and raising children. Can we do that? All right, let's go. Eric, tell the people about yourself.
What's going on, everybody? Can you hear me fine?
Yes.
All right, perfect. My name is Eric Bates, as Dr. Tartt just shared. Definitely shared some amazing words. That pretty much, I guess, kind of sums it up. I'm a minister, a husband, a father, a friend. Uh, I do just about everything. If you personally know me, there's probably nothing that you haven't seen me do. Especially people that I work around, they be like, "What don't you do, Eric?" So I'm not gonna go in a list of saying the things that I do, but the things that I guess I'll highlight for the sake of this is, as far as occupation, I do video production, so I help people and companies tell stories in a powerful way with the highest quality possible. As far as like with my family, I have a beautiful wife who's on this live too, and two beautiful children, a 3-year-old daughter and a 7-month-old son. And man, I love Jesus and I love having fun. I might cut up, you're gonna be like, oh, this guy is a fool. Oh, this thing. So you might be surprised by some of the stuff that I might say. So I don't know if I'm gonna tone it down for this conversation, but we just gonna see what's gonna happen.
No, man, we want you to keep it real because I just got finished reading, and y'all let me know in the chat. I just got finished reading Jason Wilson's book, Battle Cry, right? And so if y'all know Jason Wilson, he's the brother that has the dojo out of Michigan. He wrote the book, Battle Cry. There was one before that. I think it was maybe Men Cry. It was something like that, all right? And this brother is also a alpha male. I saw him lifting weights, Eric. He was doing the dumbbells, 100 on each end.
Nah.
All right. In the next video, he was talking about being sensitive to his wife. And next video, he was showing his son how to do backsplash in the kitchen. All right. And next one, he was in the dojo teaching, boys how to channel their aggression. So I was like, now this is what I'm talking about. So the book Battle Cry, man, he started talking about, this is what I want to ask you. He started talking about where we learn masculinity as men. Where do we learn how to be masculine and male, especially as Black men? So let me ask you this, Eric. Where did you learn? And same thing in the chat. Where did you learn what being masculine was?
Now I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say what I learned was the right way, but I learned masculinity from the male role models who were around me when I were younger, and those were a lot. My cousins, I would say my older male cousin, and friends that he was around, but also my uncles and my grandpa. My real dad wasn't in the picture, so I didn't get it from him. But I would say it was likely I learned manhood from my older cousin, my grandpa, and my uncles.
Now I see the people chiming in. Fathers and uncles,
Yeah.
cousin, learn from father and grandfathers. Eric, if you don't mind me asking, what did you learn, brother?
Well, because the person that I looked up, it's a journey, so I'm gonna just tell you about what I learned first. I learned the toxic part first because my cousin was the one that was closer to me in age, and we spent a lot of time together. And he was almost as good looking as me. He ain't as good looking as me, but he was probably
narcissism runs in the family. But go ahead, my brother.
he was probably in middle or high school. A lot, but he would be talking to all kind of girls, and I was just like, dang, this dude got it. Like he was a popular dude in school, and he was well liked, and everything about him, from his athleticism to his body, him doing music, from just everything about who he was, I wanted to be. But I think the part that I probably wanted to be more than any of that was the latest man. But
what age did you learn that you should be a ladies' man? And a lot of times we have rules in our head, right? Rules and I want y'all to chime in. You watching this? What rules did you learn when it comes to dating and women? And what age did you learn this?
Oh shoot, it was early because I was tongue kissing in elementary school.
Man, don't say that, man. My youngest daughter is in pre-K, brother. You gonna make me pull her out and do virtual?
I was no lie. I was in second and third grade tongue kissing. So it was because, like I said, my uncle, I'm not my uncle, my cousin. That was like that was his space, and he looked like he was having fun and stuff. So I kind of learned that in elementary school just by watching what he did, and even some of the times like he took me to the girl's house that he was talking to. They would have younger sisters, and he would put me on their younger sisters to just kind of talk to. Now, of course, I don't know if I had game back then like I may have thought because I was in elementary school. But shoot, I was sure enough trying to mimic some of the things that he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, and if I can confess, I mean, as you know, clean as a whistle as I am, I do remember getting kicked out the classroom in fourth grade for having my hand on a young lady's posterior in the back row. I
Gluteus
do, I
max.
do. Her name was Sabrina too, right? I don't remember her last name, but her name was Sabrina, and I did it because she let me. I
Hmm.
didn't like her. I didn't dislike her. I just did it, you know. Um, and so from an early age, I was interested in women. All right. And I think a lot of people have that, even though people are clowning you, Eric. They said that was early. I just want to let you know that even the brothers are saying, bro, tongue kissing in elementary school. I mean, where did you learn that?
I don't even know it. Well, no, I ain't gonna say I don't know. Movies,
You,
movies, man. You see it on TV, but I don't even. It's crazy. It's so crazy that you asked that because I don't even now thinking back like what was I really watching that was like that really made me want. It's because I know I see my cousin tongue kissing up girls, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was us as guys that we were just curious in that nature to see like what that was about. Whenever you see it on TV, but I was definitely that curious dude, trying what I saw on movies, and I think I probably even saw a private part in the front, but I didn't know what the heck it was or what to do with it then. But it's just like just curious.
Yeah, that's real, man. I'm gonna confess, man. I remember growing up in the summers, not growing up, I was raised by my parents, but I used to spend summers in Tuskegee, Alabama with
Hmm.
my big mama. And my big mama used to watch stories,
Hmm.
right? Soap operas. Brother, and I can remember watching them soap opera kisses. And I just be like, oh, I'm gonna try that right there. When he grabbed the hand and then he come in from the side. I'm gonna I'm gonna try that. That look. So I learned how to kiss from watching soap operas, but no one wants to know that.
See.
Here's the question I have for you. Being that you have a son and a daughter, being that you started in elementary school, and one of the brothers called me out for being handsy. He said I was handsy, all right, in third and fourth grade. What are you going to teach your son and your daughter just about sex and dating, and at what age?
Whew.
Yeah, let's keep it real. The brothers are here. They want to know.
That's a good.
And while you get ready to answer that, I want the brothers to kind of chime in. At what age did you start having conversations with your son and daughters about dating or sex? Y'all drop that number in the chat while Eric is responding.
I think I don't. I can't even put a specific age on it because I think it'll happen. It'll happen when I see that either the people they're around or are are acting in that way to where it can influence them, or if I see them either like really recognizing it on something that they may watch, and I see them probably like mimic it, or if they're playing with dolls, or if Haley's playing with dolls and she started to kiss the dolls or something like that, and I think I'm just gonna have to be aware of where they are because I don't think it's going to be like they. I don't know that if they're going to come out and just be like, "Hey, Daddy, what's a kiss?" or "I got a boyfriend," or something like that. If that happens or when that happens, I think I just have to be paying attention and not respond out of fear or like to really like shut her down, to be quick to shut her or him down whenever they do it, but to have the conversation in a way that they'll understand it and not be so quick to push them away from it, because I think the mystery and curiosity that we have as kids or even as adults it causes us to want to do the things that people tell us not to do. So I want to be able to educate them in a way that they don't want to figure it out because it's a mystery to them. They want when they do decide they want to figure it out, preferably it's older, but it's in a different context to where they're not trying to like do it behind my back. But
Yeah. Yeah, and then I see the comments. Brothers saying they're not ready, and then another brother saying we have to teach them because social media,
oh,
will do it. Day one for you to envy says we have to teach them social media because internet and TV is going to teach them. Now,
mm-hmm.
y'all know, for those of you that don't know, I'm a psychologist, so I kind of walk on the dark side. All right, walk on the dark side. So I spoke to both of my daughters beginning pre-K
Mm,
about good touch, bad touch,
I like that.
about places on the body that a boy cannot touch and you cannot touch another boy, right? Because kindergarten and pre-K teachers and first grade, they'll tell you how many incidents of sexual harassment, sexual curiosity, even all out just exploration for kids that have been experiencing that in the house. So I go over the good touch, bad touch as soon as they are around other kids and are able to understand and know what parts that that I'm talking about.
You know what? I will say now with Haley, I think whenever she actually, so I'll back up. When Haley started to be able to talk and notice like our body parts, I think that's when we started to let her know about her. So she knows what her thing is called, the real word, and she knows what the males. She know to call the male thing a penis, and her part a vagina. So we let her know what it is, so that if anybody ever touched it or if she ever says something about it, it's not she's we won't be confused about what she's saying because that's what she know it as. She know it as the real thing, and I don't think that I I think that by letting her know directly like what it is, I think that if somebody was to touch it and lie to her and say call it something else or try and say something, she wouldn't come to us and like randomly say some random thing that
Yeah.
we may not even know what you're talking about. She'll identify it as the thing that we told her what it is. So Haley, she's 3 now, and she has an understanding that this is your private part and this is my private part. And when she was small, she used to run in the bathroom, but now she don't run in the bathroom when I'm in the bathroom. So we're teaching her like progressively, like there are things that you have. There are things that are private. So when we're in the bathroom, especially when a man is in the bathroom, you don't go in the bathroom when another man or a boy is in the bathroom, and you don't touch another. You don't touch this. You don't touch your penis. So we've been communicating that now.
Eric, I'm laughing because I'm like, man, I see him just chiming in and I hear what you're talking about. So yeah, Eric is up here talking about body parts, y'all. So no, seriously, because we do need to. Let me drop a little nugget on y'all. So latest research says that this is for boys, boys who have healthy relationships later in life actually had detailed, explicit, and continuous conversation with their dads
Mm,
about dating and sex.
mm,
All right. So they were saying from the research that most guys feel like that's a taboo topic, like to talk about how to date, talk about sex, talk about feelings, um, talk about whether you can date more than one girl,
mm-hmm,
right? Like, so they said that the boys that had healthy relationships, their fathers actually sat down with them and kind of gave them a playbook.
mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's something that most guys, we don't get a girl pregnant, don't dog a girl out, definitely don't force yourself, but when it comes to, I don't know if we give them the details
Nah.
of like rules. Like, before we move on, give me like a couple of rules that you're going to give, let's say one for your son and one for your daughter, starting when they start dating in, say, high school. Will you give them any rules?
Um, as far as like other than having like their other than being like aware of their own body and like things that they should and shouldn't do with their bodies.
No, let's just take them up to dating. Like, so we give our kids structure with school, with working out,
Mm.
with respect, chores, some driving, but when it comes to dating, most kids feel lost. They just
Mhm.
figuring it out. So, you know, and guys, drop it in the chat. Like, what rules did you, what rules will you give, you know, your sons and daughters? One of the rules I'm gonna give my son, he's just 2 months,
Mhm.
right? Is you're not allowed to lie to women. All right.
Yeah.
If you're gonna date 3 women, you're gonna be a G and say, look, I'm dating 3 girls. Like, I don't want to settle down. You're not gonna tell three different things. You're just not gonna do that. You're gonna have to just keep it 100 with them, right? All right. Um, a goal that I'm gonna give my daughter, you know, daughters, is that you can't date until I see that you have 3 to 4 solid girlfriends, and I mean homies,
Mhm.
right? Because I need her base to be homegirls and have that squad there before her first relationship is with a dude, and he becomes her whole self-esteem. All right. So maybe that spurs some things for the brothers, and I see him chiming in. Anything come to mind, and I'm gonna read some of these comments that the brothers are chiming in on.
Man, I think I want to steal yours. Now that honesty, I think that honesty is a huge plus, and it's something that in school, while I was in middle, and I don't know if I did in high school, but I know in elementary and middle school, because like I said, I started early. I was honest about the people that I was talking to. Shoot, one time I was talking to 2 girls at the same time that was in my same class, and they both knew it, they were friends. But
Brother had no game, just boss.
we was all honest about it. But I think for for
They
for
didn't look alike like Kanye, right? He broke
oh
up with
nah, they ain't
them to
looking
go get a look-alike, go get a.
like completely different. Wasn't even the same race. But I think for my son, it would be to be respectful, and to be temperate. Temp, I think that's the right word. To be respectful, and to well, I would just say respectful. And so, in that, he doesn't get to the point to where he wants to dominate the woman, or to, or to put his hands on or get physical. Because I don't know what type of temperament he's going to have whenever he gets out. I don't know if he's going to have an attitude, which I pray to God he doesn't. But you don't. We only see when I say when people who know you are around you, they show you what they want to show you. Just like I know I showed my parents and stuff who I wanted them to see, but whenever I was away from them, I was a part. I was something different. Although there was still a core good in me, but there was still just that player inside me that they would see outside. So one would just to make sure that outside of the respect that you have for us in this house, that you show the same respect to the person that you with. And for Haley, I would I would say one of the things that it would be for her is to I think would to just to be aware, or to be wise, and not to be manipulated. So I would have to, I guess, kind of put her on game on what to look out for. So I would pretty much just kind of put her on game as far as to be aware and not to be manipulated. And it ties into what you said about having a solid group of friends, because they can kind of help you give you balance in that perspective and in that regard, and not allowing one person to come in and you just uh head over heels with no sense at all. So I want her to
You're
be
already emotionally in. That's real. That's real. All right. So I saw people chiming in, and the moms kept it real with them, and it helped them to have relationships. You know, talks with dads. You know, early on. I'm just letting anyone watch this know that we have to be proactive in having this conversation with our sons and daughters, because they're getting into relationships in elementary school, middle school, and they're being hurt early on. All right, and it's savage out here these days. All right. Let me get your thoughts on this, Eric. All right, so I don't know if you saw the clip, right? So there was a clip that's been rotating on social media where a guy is like, look, a woman came to me and she said, look, I have my career together. I have everything I need. All I need
I was hoping you said
is a man. He said,
that.
all I need is a man. And he said, well, no, nobody wants you then. If you have everything you need and all you need is a man, ain't nobody gonna want you. And the guy started laughing because they knew the ladies were gonna eat him up. Eric, give me your thoughts on this whole what women bring to the table, a woman making her own money. Is that a turn on, a turn off? Give me your thoughts. And comments going crazy. Go ahead, Eric.
First of all, everybody don't need a podcast mic. I just want to say that everybody don't need a doggone mic. I'm gonna need Amazon to put a doggone background check on the people that's buying these mics, because these jokers out here behind these mics are straight up clowns, and in the worst way. But it's sad, because I bet you the conversation that we're having now, and even how we plan to be active and involved in our children's lives, that they didn't get the same. So they're what they see as masculinity is, I don't even know who started uh this whole
You
alpha.
know it's Kevin Samuel. You just didn't want to say it, but I said it. I said it. All right.
It's so ridiculous. But just to go back to the comment that the guy said, that if the woman has it all, then she's just gonna end up alone. That's because I wish I could cuss, but but it's because you are not who you're supposed to be. That's why you feel intimidated when a woman has more than you, or has her life together, and you're still trying to figure things out. Um, when you're secure in who you are, it doesn't matter what the woman has or does not have. You can still operate. You can still be who you need to be in order to if you with somebody, if you're with somebody, you want to be, dating them or whatever, that you can still have something with them. I think it's just weak-minded men who feel that the that strong women don't deserve them. But like I said, it's just weak-minded men.
But you see, that's being promoted in the media, and so they're speaking for men, and women, I think, are believing it. The ones that don't know, like, I want a woman that's handling her business.
Exactly.
Right? Like, we talking about the mother of our children, right? We don't want her to be gainfully employed. We don't want her to go after the bag. We don't want her to be talented. And
We
you know
on her
this.
room she walk in like
And I mean, I know your wife. Your wife is talented. There are times when you're just your wife's man. That's it. Are you, that's my husband.
mm-hmm.
All right, that's your name.
Yeah.
Right? That's it.
It's straight up.
That's it. That's all you are. I'm Mecca's. Are you Mecca's husband? That's all I am. And in order to be that, you have to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be okay with that, and most men I talk to, they were like, yeah, I would like for my wife to make more. We could retire faster. We can get some
Dog,
investment houses. Talk to me.
I
Don't
would
get in
be
trouble now. Your wife is commenting all on it. I love her. We cool.
I would happily be a stay-at-home husband. Look, you want to make $1 million? That's cool. Come on, how much more you want? What we got to do to help you get where you want to be? I don't care that you make more than me. This still is we are still a family. We are still making decisions together. We still have kids to raise. So I mean, it's it's just you have to be secure in who you are. These are
Eric,
men.
you joking about being at home, but you be at home working on storytelling, right? So it's like it doesn't define you. And another brother said, even if she's independent, there's still a place for a man in her life. Like, a man can still help improve, his work for a woman and family, right? And so here's the thing: it's like love. Like, what does a woman bring to the table? Love, connection,
Mm-hmm.
friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's the whole couples goals things, is that we are going for it. I just be transparent. My wife knows far more about real estate, being that her mom is a realtor, than I do. Right. The properties that we have, that's my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the numbers. That's not my bag. My bag is other stuff. And so we focus on those things, and it works out. So when you come together, you have to be secure. But I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, you might be more secure than I am. All right. I know this is gonna light it up. I'm gonna be honest. There
Talk
is a
about it.
certain number. Like, if she came in way higher than me, I
Nah.
think it would affect me. Right? All this smack I'm talking, man. I think if she came in, like right now, on any given year, it could be like this, right? We could be like this, right? But if she came in on some Rihanna stuff, man, and she had a lipstick line, and yeah, I'll tell you how I'd handle that, but I'm interested not only with you, but how would the brother say? How would you handle a significant level up from your wife, Eric?
Um, not so. So I think if it challenged me, if it would challenge me, it wouldn't challenge me in the sense that I would feel that I'm less, or that I'm less worthy, or that I'm less of a man because she makes more money than me. Because uh, I understand that we are two different people and we have two different purposes. Some people's purpose in life, uh, that's tied, whether it's connected to their occupation, their cap for growth is so much significant than what other people may be. So like, while let's say let's say let's say I was a barber, a world-class barber or something, there's really kind of like a cap on how much I can make as a barber.
That's facts.
On the other end, let's say she was, let's say my wife was in tech, or some CEO at some firm or whatever, and she making 500,000 a year with what she's doing. Her her calling and her decision in terms of like her job dictates how much money she makes. And same for me, my calling and what I choose to do as an occupation determines that level of growth that I have now. So because I have that understanding that she what she does gives her more room to grow up. I'm not grow up, but to make more than me. If that's, if that's the case, or if like big significant thing, then, and what I do is something that's completely different. I can't get mad at that, because I'm sure and I am and where God has placed me, and that what I have is what I have, and we're still working in this thing together. So, but on the other hand, if it was the part that would drive me to want to make more, is to say, man, she's really out here doing it. Let me go ahead and see what else I can do to match her, but not to match her or to exceed her, but not in a sense of like I'm competing with her, because everything we make is going in the same
That's
house.
facts.
And
And the reality is, we can talk all this toxic masculinity. The reality is, in life, you're gonna be up and down, right?
oh yeah.
You're gonna be up and down. Let's just keep it real, you know. You going for establishing your business. Like, people say, oh, go for the bag, but they don't want the risk, and that means sometimes you're gonna have to invest everything you have to go for
Mm-hmm.
something that can produce income 5 years from now, to where one person can hold everyone down. So
And
we
not
want
I
we
say,
want. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and not even that, well, just to add on to that, like balancing each other out. Even before you get in relationship with people, you don't know the debt that the other person has, and what you'll have to do together. Or if it's marriage, I definitely wouldn't be paying nobody off debt if I'm just talking to them. But and
You ain't
uh,
taking off, man.
nah, we ain't doing that. But in marriage, if if let's say you got $70,000 worth of student loans and other stuff that that a mountain of things that you have to go through. So like you have to think different. You have to stop thinking as an individual in your marriage and become single in mind. So
That's facts. I mean, and that's why I brought you on, Eric, because a man who they respect, you know. Hey, it is what it is, brother.
hey.
Right? Hey, make sure he treating you right. If not, I will come over and handle you. You know, so there it is.
Mwah.
So, even that visual, Eric, a lot of men, it was a study shown that men, is interesting, that men who were affectionate with their children from age of birth to 2, the kids
Mhm.
actually did better in academics
Wow.
in elementary school. And really what it was is that warmth factor. That they
Mhm.
felt warm and they felt confident in who they were because they had physical affection.
Mhm.
So so we start thinking about toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity is saying, I can't kiss my son. I can't kiss my daughter.
Mhm.
I just provide. I don't hold them. I don't
Nah,
put them to sleep. I don't rock them. You
I'm
know,
loving on them.
you have to, man. You have to. And I'll be honest, I didn't know I was gonna be this affectionate with my son.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. And so I think I give him more affection because I'm glad he's here, than I did with both my daughters. And I was very affectionate with both of them, right? But let's
Wow.
let's pivot a little bit. So I wanted y'all to see, 2 men and other men that were chiming in. They were like, "Yeah, I love to have a season at home,
Oh
right?
yeah.
I'm raising my hand. I love to be able to."
bad me.
I mean, for real, because we don't realize is that we go so hard as men.
Hmm.
You know, we would appreciate, you know, a woman being able to say, "Hey, babe, go take 2 weeks off and go ATVing with the guy. Go hunting. Go start your own production company with what you've done. Go do that. Don't, you know, don't worry about I can hold it down, or we can keep our expenses low while we're building this thing together so
Hmm.
that we can go for it. We can go for the risk, right?
But it takes you not having an ego, dying to yourself, and being able to have conversations like that. Because out, out, it's crazy because you look at people online and they talk about how women are this, and men are this, and that's a complete lie. We all are wired completely differently. Although there are some core things about us that are pretty much like the same, but in terms of like our temperaments and how we act and how we behave, we're like completely different. And if we don't get to a point of having real conversations with the people we're with, we'll never know that, and we'll judge the person that we're with based off of what a post said or what somebody else is saying online, and you're not having a conversation with the person in your house.
That's real. That's real. So, I mean, there you have it. Modern day, if we're going to use the term alpha male, is someone who's not threatened by anything that his wife does. And he's willing to play all positions, you know, being the breadwinner, being right where she is, and also being below and still maintaining that place as her husband, you know, relative. It's not conditional to income. That's just the reality. It's not out there. But that's real. You know, I joked with my wife one time. She came in second in sales, right? And I was like, I said, you know what? You should have won. I was like, if you, because the first place got to go to Hawaii, right? Second place got to. I was like, I would have watched the kids. You know, we would have practiced. We would have gotten two more sales, girl, right? So we were joking about it, but I wanted her to get that bag and do her thing. So, you know, let's pivot a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was reading, you know, Battle Cry by Jason Wilson, man, and a phenomenal brother. And we'll probably have him on, you know, Dear Fathers at some point. And he talked about being challenged with passivity,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like he wanted to level up to get his own school, and there were things that God had put on his heart, but he kept looking at it. He kept like watching it. He kept thinking about it, and I think every man can relate. He was like, he was pump faking like Kyrie, but he wasn't taking the shot. All
Mm-hmm.
right, Eric, talk to me about. Have you ever experienced passivity, and what did you do to overcome it? What did you do to go from all right? I see what I need to move on. It's clear what God has put on my heart to actually taking action.
Man, I think that's probably that 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 was something I learned maybe around. Well, I would say it's between 2010 and 2013 where I first even heard the word like passivity, and it was I was watching this video series called Authentic Manhood, and one of the things that they was one of the points that they highlighted was rejecting passivity and accepting responsibility.
Mm.
So with those two kind of paired together, I start to I started to kind of look at some of the things that I was doing in my life then. Um, but I think even to this day, there are large things that God presents to me that I have been passive on, and some of it was because of fear, and some of it was because of um, not fear of the unknown, not knowing the response of people, not knowing how people would receive the thing that I was going to do. Um, I would say now I want to let the cat out the bag, but one of the biggest things, something I don't know if you checked your email, but I shared something that's going to be happening in like like a year or two. But whenever you do check it out, something
You can
something.
tell I'm multitasking now, brother.
He said, "Let me go ahead and pull out his phone." But there's something that God has been speaking to me to do for some time now, and it's taken the right time, but I feel like there has been moments where I've been passive and responding to that call, and a lot of it has been rooted in fear. But I understand that the only way to combat passivity is by taking action, accepting responsibility, and taking action. Uh, so the way that I'm dealing with rejecting passivity is by simply taking action and taking steps toward that the thing that God is calling me to do, and understanding that there will be fear, but I can feel the fear and I can still do it anyway. I have people around me who love me and support me enough to uh, cover me, or to pray for me, or to walk with me, and to share with the thing that God is placing in my heart. So He's been revealing a lot of different things, but also just educating myself and the thing that I'm walking into. And like I said, just trusting God to do what I can't do. I know that I can only do so much, but if I take steps toward what it is that He wants me to do, He'll fill in. And it's evident, thinking about the Bible, I think about two people, uh, Moses and Joshua.
Okay.
Uh, Moses, whenever he crossed over, well, he was about to do something impossible, and God told him to lift up his staff, and when he lifted up the staff, the waters parted, and he was able to walk through. It was something that was pretty much seemed impossible, but by following Him, all he had to do was the thing that God told him to do, and God did the rest. And then you have Joshua, where they had to actually step in the water before they parted. But it's been the same. I've been reminded of the same thing in what it is that God wants me to do, is that if you do what you can, I'll do the rest.
See, there it is. And the thing that struck me in the book, was like, we don't like ourselves passive.
Mm-hmm.
We don't respect passive men. We don't respect ourselves in passive positions. We're never going to do a TED talk. We're never going to do Instagram. Oh, I was passive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And brag about it. And so
Mm-hmm.
we actually have to teach our sons and daughters about, taking action.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that. I know I read it, so I'm not going to announce that. We had talked about that before. Was I supposed to announce it, or I keep it to myself?
Nah, nah, nah,
All
nah, nah.
right, we had a secret, but I didn't know if you would set me up. So, hey, I'm gonna share as well, Eric. The things that, and I'm gonna ask all the men on here. I brought in a coach, right? I shouldn't say brought in a coach. I paid a lot of money for a coach, and he did what he's supposed to do. Okay, and he said, Alduan, if you die, is there anything that you would regret not doing when it comes to your personal legend?
Ooh,
Ooh,
ooh.
I was like, bro, it'd be a lot. I don't really feel like I lived. I feel like I did some working, but creating a personal legend, like my personal, and that was the first time I had thought about, yeah, I have to be legendary. All right. The top two things on there I was not doing. One is producing my own show, which is happening, right? All right, by faith, and if it doesn't work out, we're gonna be living with, me and Mecca will be living with y'all, right? All right, just because anyway, we won't get into it, because I've had opportunities so many times being passive, and other
It's,
people have come in and nixed the deal or told me how to be, and so I'm just
mm-hmm.
going for it. And the other thing was like doing more stuff like this, interviewing, podcasting, right? I've always said, and I'm secure in my manhood. I almost said, I want to be the male Oprah, right? I was like, that's what I want to do, right?
Yeah.
But I was too busy doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
But when he broke that down to me, the main two things I wanted to do professionally, I wasn't doing. I was passive. If a show calls, I'd say yes or no. Or if I got involved in the interviews, and I've done many, I would say, but I never really took charge. So, lesson to the brothers, like, how many of y'all can relate? Since we're on the straight mental, y'all have to be unmasked. How many of y'all, and let's do a rating. 0 is no activity, completely passive. 10 to fully active on your goals. Men, drop that number. I'm not gonna call you out, but just drop that number, right now. I'm gonna call the numbers out on how active you've been and
Yep.
being assertive about your dreams.
That's and while they doing that, man, that's you know, that's something to think about, because like you mentioned, when he asked you that thing, that's the one thing that anytime I'm talking with people and they ask me what it is that I do, I always say what it is that I do, but inside my heart, I'm always like, God is like, but when are you gonna do this one thing that I'm asking? And it's like, dang, God, just leave me alone.
Right.
It's
He
too
wants
much.
us to do it. So we see 5, 5, 1, 6. I mean, so men can relate. Like we get so busy working, but are we really being legendary?
And you take and the thing that we do is we take on stuff that we try and psych ourselves out to think that the things that we're taking on, the other things that we're taking on to take that place of that thing, we make those things like seem important. But then at the end of the day, like you said, you sit back and you're like, man, I done did all these things, but there was this one thing, this one thing that I needed to do, but I took on all of these other little projects, and it's something that we gotta check, we gotta get that in check.
Yeah, so call to action to the brothers, here with Dear Fathers and Straight Mental, and y'all can drop it in the chat. Like, what will it take to move you into action?
Mm.
All right, and we'll pivot. One of the areas, and I know, Eric, you've heard me talk about this so many times.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're coming out of the pandemic, I feel like I have to show up because people go. I've said that one of the things I want to do is get bigger
Mm-hmm.
physically. All right, I want to get bigger physically, and so I have like entered into a challenge right now. It's just 100 push-ups a day for 30 straight days. 100 push-ups a day is easy for me, but not for 30 straight days. I'm the most consistently inconsistent brother with working out. I can go from lifting a lot to lifting a little to looking like, hey, bro, you didn't buffed up to like, bro, you ain't working out no more? I
You
mean,
good? You eating?
bro, in my weight, you've seen my weight fluctuates. Like, you got a little something, like you going in the right direction to like, bruh, you might have to have some backup in the club, man. So just consistently inconsistent. So I've joined like an accountability group where we kind of going in on each other because I want to get that 30 days strong of lifting. I have that with cardio. I run all day, but when it comes to not like Ricky, all right, this is the brother on here to be winning marathons in St. Louis, but not like that, because he's gonna call me out, right, and I ain't gonna show up. But consistently. So I see the brothers talking about getting an accountability partner, So I want y'all to be passionate. I want y'all to be active because that's what's gonna make us legendary. It's gonna be the things we try.
That's the only thing.
So we going for it. So with that, let me ask you this, Eric, before we wrap up, brother. Tell the people about your journey when it comes to health, man. This is you're one of the people that inspired me because I see you in the gym on Instagram. I'm secure my manhood to say, and I keep saying this. I must not be that secure, right? To
You
say,
it's a
physique,
reminder.
your physique is where it needs to be, right? Because every man measures himself. Like if I got in a fight with Eric, like what are the chances I could win? All right, now I am from Decatur, so I'm still gonna rep, but I'm hitting first, right? I'm hitting first, and I'm gonna read one of the military magazines where you got hit quick. Because if it's go a long time, I don't know, but it's gonna be a long day at the office. But tell the brothers. I see so many brothers with terrible health, right? Women are in way better shape than us as men every decade that goes by. How can we be masculine? How can we be leaders? And our health is terrible compared to our spouses. So Eric, tell me about your health journey, what you do, and then we'll go from there.
True. Well, I will say and this is something that I would say that I wouldn't say it's unfair, but faith ain't fair. I got some good genetics. So, so that's the first thing. I have good genetics. So I ain't even gonna. You just got to be honest. Some people aren't blessed in a family where they have good genetics. Like some people from birth are struggling with weight. So there are just certain things about certain people's bodies that you have to understand. That some people will have to work much harder than other people will have to when it comes to your physical appearance. That's the truth. A lot of people won't tell you that. They'll say that all you have to do is this, and this is going to happen. But depending on your body type, that will determine That will determine how quickly you'll see your body in a way that feels good to you. And some people work out right, eat right, and still don't have much change in terms like appearance. So you have to really, for one, you have to have an understanding of your body and know what its capabilities are. Now, our
Hold on,
we
Eric. I'm gonna stop. How do you make yourself go to the gym all the time? Like a lot of brothers are feeling you, right? How do you not quit when
um,
things get busy? Because you know, as men, we got to handle business, right?
one of the things that I learned uh, through what was that book called? Atomic Habits. I don't know
Okay,
if you read
James Clear,
it.
great book.
Amazing book. He shared something about habit stacking, and basically what habit stacking is you something that you do every day. You layer. How would you say? You would layer something that you wouldn't want to do like right after you do something. So for me, I'm gonna either do cardio 3 times a week, depending on how fast I'm trying to lose weight. I'll probably do cardio 3 times a week in the morning or 5 times a week. And the only way I'll go to the gym is if I take Haley to school. If I don't take Haley to school, I'm not gonna go to the gym. So I have to because the gym is on the way to the school. So on my way home, because I know I'm passing up the gym, I'm gonna stop at the gym. So the first thing is I make a conscious decision to leave my house and I have to leave my house because I got to bring Haley to school. So I don't know if you go to work, if you got to if a gym is on your way to work, but for me, because I know the gym is on my way home, I'm gonna have to, if I don't leave the house to bring Haley to school, I'm not gonna go to gym in the morning. Also, vice versa, whenever I'm going to pick Haley and EJ up from school, I get them from school at 5 o'clock. So before I pick them up from school, I'll go to the gym at 4 o'clock or 3:30 or 4 o'clock, and I'll do my workout before I pick them up. So I had to find a way to make it convenient for me to go to the gym. I think uh, often what we do is we try and pick the most inconvenient time for us to go to the gym. Like some people be like, "Oh man, I gotta wake up at 4. You gotta wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning going to the gym. You gotta go at 5 o'clock in the morning gym." If you don't go that direction in the gym until 1 o'clock in the evening, don't don't try and force yourself to go to the gym to make an
That's
extra
real.
trip because it's just too much. Find a way to make going to the gym convenient. So whatever it is in your routine in your day, where you're out in the day or passing up the gym, figure out a way to add that on there. So I would say I made it easy for me to go to the gym because
You
it's
don't leave the
that's
house.
something
I
that I
get
have.
it. So I mean, Eric just put y'all up on psychological game. All right, it's the first step. So if he's leaving the house, see, the hardest thing to do is leave the house. So he's already has a habit of taking the kids to school. You know, going to the gym. You know, and I'll tell you, you know, when I wake up in the morning, I realize if I scroll Instagram, all right, more than 5 minutes, I'm not gonna work out. All
Yeah,
right. So first thing I do, and I don't feel like working out. The first thing I do when I get out of bed is I put on my tennis shoes.
yeah.
All right. So get out the bed. That's easy. Like bros, that's easy to put on tennis shoes. So I
Mm-hmm.
put on my tennis shoes, but I've never ever put my tennis shoes on and never failed to work out. Like once the shoes are on, or I had this old man game. Now I had them wrist straps because I kept
Mm-hmm.
doing push-ups and my wrists were hurting. How many of y'all can relate? You know, the push-ups weren't hard, but my wrist was hurting. I got an elbow injury, right? So when I put my straps on, I never ever ever. It's just taking the first step.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I've associated tennis shoes with cardio. Straps are workout gloves. First thing, I know that sounds weird, right? But you put your workout gloves, they're right by my desk when I get out of bed, right on my nightstand. When I put them on, oh, it's time to go to work. All right.
For that's I like that you say that because it just for y'all that's listening, you have to find that thing that's that signal for you. That's that signal for you to do it, and maybe it's even before putting on the shoe for you. Maybe it's just simply getting out of the bed. Like for me, sometimes whenever I find it hard for me to get up early to do some of the things that I have to do, I have to intentionally take my phone, turn the alarm volume all the way up, and put it put it on the floor by the window where I have to get out of bed. So once I'm so my thing is whenever I find myself not waking up early, I put my phone by the window, so I have to get up out of bed. And once I'm out of bed, everything else is just everything else just moves and flows. So you have to find that one thing that signals to you that anytime you do this, everything else is going to follow. Just like Dr. Tartt was just sharing, like when he put on his gym shoes, he doing his cardio. He put on the straps, he about to get it in. So you have to find that thing that's a signal to you that no matter what, if you do this one thing, you're gonna go.
So there it is. So brother, you never know who you influence, and your consistency, me watching you, even working and in ministry school at the same time, and expanding your family, and still getting. I had no excuses, brother. There's no excuses to be had, because we know. Listen, brothers, we have to be around for our families. We have
Mm-hmm.
to be around for our kids. Every man on here is a father or a future father or around or has someone that's depending on him to make it happen. And so we have to take our health seriously, because how can we say that we're, head of household or just provider and protector,
Mm-hmm.
of the women we love, if they're gonna have to take care of us because we didn't take care of our health.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have to get out there and we have to be active. And I'm just gonna scare y'all. If you're not working out, you are causing yourself to die earlier. You causing yourself, like, how men just fall. They didn't just fall. They stopped working out a long time ago and the muscle just gave out. It wasn't there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't predict what we're gonna recover. So man, let's go ahead and commit to getting active, doing what we can, building up that stamina, and then we'll be good. Eric, first of all, you talked about stories, and I want to make sure because this brother's a phenomenal storyteller and a phenomenal artist. So I'm just saying so many different things, the things that he sees and the visions that he has when it comes to telling stories and how it looks. For people that want to get with you, and tell stories and have a statement and it look beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
And laugh, because this man's a fool. Yeah, I can't focus, man. How I'm gonna get in the spirit? You cracking jokes, man. All right, right. Like, how's trap music in church? How's that work? But anyway, we got to get in trouble, right? All right, full. All right, tell the people, what you have going on, how they can work with you, and
uh, like you mentioned, professionally, I am a video producer, and no matter what it is, what message, well, in this day and age, and in order for us to be seen, we have to be able to captivate people's hearts. And the most effective way of doing that is by telling effective storytelling. Some people, I've been thinking of this word, story selling.
mm,
Helping people to sell their stories, whether you have a business that you run or you have a ministry that you run, a product that you're trying to sell. The most effective ways of telling and selling those stories is through storytelling. You look at TV and see the commercials. You don't really see commercials selling you a product. They're all selling you a story. Nike campaigns, they're selling you a story. Dove campaigns, they're selling you stories. These are all stories that they're telling, and they do it through video production. And that is what I do for people who have businesses and who have business products, ministries, and events that they want to do. So if that's something that you're interested in or something that you do, that is my forte. If you want to reach out to me to schedule a discovery call or to um, talk about what it is that you have going on and what type of stories that you want to tell, or an event that you have and you need some type of event recap footage or some promo footage, uh, you can send me a DM on this. I am Eric Bates, or you can send me a message on eBates Films, and I will send you a link to schedule a Zoom call. And although I live here in Atlanta, This is what I do full time. So I travel all over the world to do it. So no matter where you are, I can come to you, or you can come to me, and we can get it done.
Yeah, man, I want to let you know that you put pressure on me. Rebecca was like, look at Eric's videos with his wife and where they go. I was like, he's a professional. I can't do that with this. I can't make it look like that. All right.
But
So,
you know
brother,
what? Before, why you saying that? I am developing a mini course that shows that's geared directly toward beginners and intermediate filmmakers to show them how to get high quality stuff. So I'm going to be coming out with something very soon that'll probably be releasing within the next month or two. And it's going to be about 10 different videos showing you from the beginning, from equipment that you need, setting up equipment, the settings that you need in your equipment, setting up your lighting, setting up your environment, whether in your office, bedroom, downstairs, living room, kitchen, showing you how to set it up and record and get the best quality video out of what it is that you're doing. So I got you.
all right, all right. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. It's like, you know, I know a lot of men like, why you have to do all that? And then you look at it, you can be like, well, why my video look like this? All right. So, and we want to have impact. So, Eric, man, I appreciate it, man. I look forward to breaking bread now that this pandemic is loosening and
Right.
our son is getting close to that 3-month mark where the doctor said mom and dad can finally go outside and play.
Yeah.
Man, give your wife my best. I know she's holding it down right now. I know as soon as you get off, you right back on daddy duty. I
You
can
know.
already feel that, my brother. So I appreciate it. For those of you all, listen, we're gonna do this every second Tuesday of the month with Dear Fathers. I'm gonna bring in different men. Sometimes I'll hold it down, but I want to bring in men I respect, men I can learn from, men I can grow from.
Mhm.
And I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you, Eric, joining us here with Dear Fathers for Straight Mental. When we talk about mental health, we talk about all things that grow us emotionally as men. So I appreciate you, brother. And
Now
for
let me.
those of you all who want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Dr. Tartt. And be on the lookout, brothers. We are doing a live event at the Hawks game. All right, Hawks game versus the Brooklyn Nets. We're doing a Dear Fathers panel. We'll invite y'all out. So look out for that. We'll be blasting that out, moderating a panel talking about fatherhood and the Hawks wanting to get down to be able to champion that. Because as fathers, especially fathers of color, we need to
Put
be.
me in the game, coach.
You say what?
I say, put me in the game, coach.
All right, it's all good. You know what? But last night I was mad at Trey because something going on with him. Because nobody was talking to Trey Young. We lost to the Pistons. I was like, come on, bro. Come on. Maybe I need to come out of retirement and go back into sports site just for right for the playoffs and be like,
Yeah.
look, can y'all talk about y'all feelings about not getting the ball? I see it on the court. Let's talk about it in the locker room.
Yeah. Let's have it.
Come on, let's keep it real. All right. So we love y'all. Eric, you want to close mine in prayer? You want me to close mine in prayer? You let me know.
Oh shoot, I'll do that. Before I close out, I just wanted to add something. Just when it came to like our health, something that I definitely want to
Okay.
mention. In addition to taking care of your bodies, get life insurance. A lot of people don't think that they're gonna die. You are going to die, and you can either leave your family with absolutely nothing and a bunch of bills, trying to do a GoFundMe, trying to scrape up coins, trying to sell fish dinners and stuff, and borrow money from family to do something. If you take advantage of right now, you can get life insurance for, I'm sure, less than $50 a month to get a policy of a $500,000 policy on your life, depending on your age and any prior conditions. But it is absolutely important that you not only take care of your health.
That's real.
In regards to like you actually being physical and doing
And you
something.
better do it now, because the older you get, the harder it gets. They're not gonna give it to you because they ain't
And
already
the
realized
more
like
expensive it'll
pay
be.
money, right? I just increased my policy, man. So I have to watch out, make sure that Mecca not putting a pillow over my head because we're gonna be good
Hey,
without it.
watching how she's seasoning the food. This a
Right.
little.
Like, yeah, well, you taste that first. No, but seriously. No, that's real. That's real. Because how can we be men and we leave our families with nothing because we don't want to think about death? Because we don't want to pay the premium. Find the money. I feel you. Not everyone's blessed, but you don't want to be able to, you don't want to leave your family struggling. Struggling.
Personal.
Right. So great work. So close us out in prayer, and then we'll see y'all with Dear Father Straight Straight Mental, again, every second Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Central Standard Time.
Word. All right, let's pray. God, we thank you so much for this moment. God, we thank you so much for all that you've allowed us to speak in this moment. God, we thank you for the brothers and the sisters who joined on the live. God, we pray that there was something that was said that touched their hearts, that changed them in a way that caused them to move away from toxic masculinity, to move away from passivity, to being responsible, to being that warrior, to being that king, to being that lover, to being that friend, to being who you called and equipped us to be as men, God. We pray that you would give us a boldness, a boldness and a courage to be able to combat the voices that are speaking contrary to who you called us to be, God. We pray that that these men just rise up, including ourselves, that we would put ourselves out there more to combat these voices, the foolishness that's out here, God. We pray that you would give people wisdom and give them the ability to be able to discern what is right and what is wrong, what is foolish and what is wise, God, and that they not be deceived, God. I pray that you would open our eyes to not be deceived by the enemy, because he is out here roaring like a lion, trying to devour each and every one of us, to tear us away from our position, our level of authority, and the dominion that you've given us. But God, we're grateful that you sent your son to live, die, and to rise again, and to give us the power that we lost in the fall. So God, we just declare that power and pray that that power magnifies itself in each and every one of us. God, we thank you for dear fathers, and pray that you continue to bless all their endeavors, and that everything that they place their hands to, Lord, as it glorifies you, that it prospers. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Powerful, brother. And make sure y'all are following Dear Fathers. Man, they're putting this platform for us, man. For us. For us. Man, Eric, that was powerful. Minister Bates, that was powerful. CrossFit Bates, that was powerful. Filmmaker Bates, that was powerful. Husband, father, brother, entrepreneur. Man, I appreciate your time. We
Thank
know
you.
you're holding it down. We appreciate all the brothers that tuned in. We'll see y'all again soon. Take care, and God bless.
Already.